Okay, so Onimai is an anime that came out in January 2023, that I only finished watching recently. Really, the only reason it took me so long to watch it is because I wanted to watch it in dub. I mean, I knew about it soon after its release, and even watched the first couple of minutes, more on that later, but I guess it just wasn't enough for it to stick for me. Fast forward a few months later, and there I was scrolling through my YouTube recommendations, seeing videos of how good the anime was supposedly. I shrugged it off and went about my life. More months passed, and I'm scrolling through my anime list, thinking to myself, oh yeah, Onimai. Yeah, sure, what the hell, I'll give it a watch. Yo, how old are you? Right off the bat, I'm gonna say that Onimai was a pretty good and entertaining watch. It has strong relatability going for it, the characters are entertaining to watch, and the animation is surprisingly good. I mean, wow! Just look at these physics! And the show also has a compelling message to take away too. The whole plot of the show revolves around our sort of transgender male semi-female main character, Mahiro Oyama. They? No, he for now, is a lazy bum who does nothing but rot in his room all day. All he has are video games, hentai, manga, and more hentai. One day, his sister, who's a scientist, turns him into a girl with a single drug. Because she wants to rehabilitate him. And so, Mahiro spends the good part of his year as a little girl, making new friends and relationships along the way. Short and simple. Now that Mahiro has the body of a little girl, he has to face the struggles and problems that come about with it. Like periods, wearing bras, cleaning and maintaining hair, science be damned. As I mentioned earlier, Onimai's animation is pretty stellar throughout its entirety. Usually anime like this one's animation wavers in its quality. Yatsura, but I don't really see that here at all. Everybody feels so fluid throughout the whole runtime, and expressions are taken to the extreme. Though, I suppose you might argue that the fluid animation is exchanged for a more cartoonish style. I'd say that the animation only complements the simpler art style. Speaking of which, after taking a look at the manga and comparing it to the anime, I get to see how faithful the anime was to the source material. I realized that the anime changes a few things up a bit. Like, the colors the characters were given initially became more brighter and more saturated, in addition to proportions being changed to better emphasize the age of certain characters. I'll be real here. I think the anime is more visually appealing than the manga is, 100%. Which isn't to downplay the manga or anything, this is only an opinion coming from someone who only seen glimpses of the manga. But I just think that those small additions make characters feel a little more expressive. Now for the show's comedy. For me personally, it didn't have me blasting out laughing or anything. But when an uncomfortable scenario pops up for Mahiro, his sister Mihari would tease him about how girly he tends to be now, and it would always put a big smirk on my face. On that topic, there's a sort of recurring gag in the anime, that being sex jokes. I think the show handles them pretty well compared to other shows with similar themes. They don't linger on it too long, and they're relevant to Mahiro's journey in a sort of way. But it's not like the show needs those jokes as a crutch or anything, because the characters themselves are enough to carry the comedy. We've got Hot Booba Lady, the Tomboy, the Dummy, the horny 14-year-old, and the interactions between Mihari and Mahiro are just priceless. You can tell that they really love and care for one another, despite the trouble that one may cause the other. That's all I have to say about the show. I don't really have any major negatives to say about it. I really enjoyed just about everything this anime had to offer, and what it set to offer was done well. But if I were to really be picky, I'd say that the ending could be seen from pretty early on. Maybe episode 7 or 8. Like if Mahiro went back into a guy, everything we just watched would have all been for nothing. Not to mention the amount of holes that would leave in the hearts of his new friends, and I think that there could have been more in a conflict between Mahiro's feminine side and masculine side. But that's really all there is to nitpick. So I'd say give it a watch. 9 out of 10.
「大事な繊細よなら」